Good morning. It's Wednesday, and I'd like to take you down to the museum that's down here, just a little ways down a trail. So come along, I'll show it to you. Here's the beach at Luby Bay. Looking across to Kalispell Island. And right there, the little one in the middle there that I'll zoom in on. That in the middle is Papoose Island. That's where they say all the good fishing is, but there's not even any boats around it. So I don't know. Bar 2. And around the lake. And this is actually Luby Bay here with, that's where I'm headed to the museum, about halfway down the shoreline trail that's lined with pretty nice properties. And it takes you all the way over to the Hills Resort over there. There's a trail here on the west side of this lake that runs all the way north and south, and this very could be part of it or a segment of it, because you walk right through the properties. Of course, it's for foot traffic only, but it's pretty neat. I'll show you. This is the trail that'll take me to the museum. This is what you're going to typically see along the trail. Most of these have their own little sign with a family name, notation. This one says established in 1928. A lot of these have been in families, obviously, for a long, long time, and a lot of them look something like this. Or some of them look like this. A lot of these properties along the lake here have their own docks. That's Hills Resort. They got the restaurant there. And I'll come around here to the grounds. Pretty well kept. And around here to the docks and the marina. So for those of you with a boat, looks like it might be a good place to launch. There's a lot of history here on the wall at Hills Resort.
Yeah, we're the only place on the lake that sells it, but he also does custom stuff.
Here's the museum. It's also the Priest Lake Visitor Center. History on the cabin here.
Then over here on the right are the pictures of all the early logging days.
Take a look at that saw.
Yeah, that's something.
Boy, one guy on each end.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does have a handle. Yes, it does.
it does have a handle.
Yeah, and that's quite a beefy chain. A little bit different than my little still.
It's amazing.
Yeah, it is. And the pictures on the right here.
Our old day logging pictures. A lot of them are related to putting the logs into the lake, bringing them down the mountain and putting them in the lake, and then running down. If you look at the river pigs, what they were called back then was river pigs, and they would take the logs out of the lake and run them down Priest River down to Pomeroy River and the mills. Boy, you talk about hard work. Just amazing. Just amazing.
My grandfather was in the timber industry, and
Was
he was what you call the gyppo logger.
Yep.
Someone who worked on their own.
Exactly.
It's a term of the Pacific Northwest. And I spent a lot of summers in the logging camp seeing what goes on, and I watched many a truck get loaded. When I was younger,
Yeah.
I was also in the retail lumber business and could really appreciate the industry. Saw 1, 2, 3 log loads were not uncommon back then.
Yeah, particularly on the west side.
On the west side, very large
Yeah.
trees.
Yeah.
Now, right here, we have some larch and some cedar. And what else is out there?
Oh, white fir, white pine.
White fir, white pine. Okay, that's
Yeah.
kind of what I thought. But
Yeah,
I wasn't positive.
there was a big production of white pine. Diamond Match.
Oh, Diamond Match Company.
Yeah, Diamond Match is the one that logged all this off. That's how they got started here. Yeah.
Oh,
Diamond Match
okay.
Company.
So
They
they
were
did.
here a long time through the 50s and 60s. They had a mill in Newport, Diamond Match.
Right. So all of North Idaho really supplied Diamond Match
Oh yeah,
for
Yeah.
for many decades.
yeah. They built their own railroads and everything to bring stuff out of the woods.
Here in the museum, this is a display of Nell Shipman, a pioneer woman, lived on the east side of the thoroughfare for 3 years and farmed, ranched, had a cabin. And because of this filming that she did, her documentaries on Priest Lake actually went to Hollywood for the duration of that time. I made a red lentil curry soup. Put the broccoli in at the last just to lightly cook it. Got plenty of curry in it. Here's how I keep the batteries going for the cameras. Well, I'm liking this solar panel more and more. Show you why. This charged my power bank. It's a 22,400 milliamp hours, 82.8 watt hours, with a total capacity of 3.7 volts. And now I've got a camera battery that needs to be charged, and I think you might be able to see that light. On it goes. It's plugged into the port here, and I'll have a refreshed camera battery here in a minute. Reflecting on the day, I knew so little about Priest Lake, and 4 days in, I know a return trip is in my plans. Those who watch The Wanderer can be assured I'll stop at many museums, cook mainly whole foods, and part the trees in all directions. If you like what you saw, give me a thumbs up. If you'd like to see more of what I do, subscribe and tap the bell. Until next time, keep on bushcrafting.